Today, I'm going to talk about trans fat. The Food and Drug Administration, which is the American federal agency, banned for companies to use trans fat in the food. First of all, what is trans fat? Well, it is obviously one kind of fat. Roughly speaking, there are three kinds of fat: saturated fat, unsaturated fat, and trans fat. Fat is consisted by hydrocarbon, in other words, the chain of carbons and hydrogens. The main line is the chain of carbons, and basically hydrogens fill the spaces around the line. Saturated fat doesn't have any empty space. It is completely filled by hydrogens, which means that saturated fat is solid at room temperature. It is mainly found in animal fat. And unsaturated fat does have some empty spaces, which means it is liquid at room temperature. It is found in plant oil. Unsaturated fat is very easy and cheap to produce. However, consumers prefer animal oil. Then companies started trying to make unsaturated fat solid through hydrogenation. This is the process to move hydrogen and fill the empty spaces. This hydrogenated fat is called trans fat. Margarine and shortenings contain a lot of trans fat. The research showed the influence of trans fat on human body is terrible. It increases bad cholesterol and decreases good cholesterol, and it causes memory loss, heart disease, and weight gain. However, Japanese government hasn't banned trans fat yet. So next, let's talk about its influence on Japanese people. According to the website of Ministry of Agriculture, Forestry, and Fisheries, it does say that it is bad to consume too much trans fat on our human body. On the other hand, it says that the research about trans fat is mainly based on American and European people. WHO announced that we need to consume trans fat less than 1% of the total calories, which is about 2 grams per day. In fact, the research showed Japanese people consume less than 1 gram of trans fat per day. On the contrary, the research conducted by FDA said that American adults consume over 5 grams of trans fat on the average. This is the main reason why Japanese government doesn't ban trans fat. I suppose that we should pay attention to saturated fat and salt rather than caring about trans fat, because they cause cancer. Cancer is the common cause of death in Japan, but it is cardiac disease in the States, so it does make sense that American people are aware of the bad effect of trans fat.
Created using Powtoon.